Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're finally hopping into the new standard format. Got a little Mardu Yorion brew that I've been working on. This is definitely the first deck I wanted to try out because it plays several of the most powerful cards in the new set, and so I really want to get a feel for them. Basically, just see how good they are. We got Valky, which I've been super impressed with so far in Historic. Like to see how it fares in Standard. I think it might be even better. Then we got these powerful sagas. We got Fajara's Retribution. It seems really good with like Yorion and Ameria's Call. I think this is definitely going to be a strong card. Then we got Showdown of the Skulls, which seems like the hot thing to be doing in Standard now. I'm seeing like a lot of white aggro decks and the Naya Ventures deck. But here we're going to be pairing it with Yorion. We even tried to make the curve a little bit lower to accommodate it. And we have Kaya. This is a card I haven't seen too many people playing with so far. I think it's really strong. You definitely have to build your deck a little bit differently, like different from typical Yorion deck, because you have to play a lot more creatures. But I think the Mardu creature suite we have here is definitely fine for it. You already want to play a bunch of value creatures, so rebuying them is good. It's like super good if you can like Valky, put a counter on Valky. Now if they kill to get their thing back, you can threaten Tybalt. And obviously good with great with Yorion and good with Solemn. So super excited about this card. Multiple repeated exiles also definitely seems strong. Sideboard maybe needs a bit of work. I haven't played with this deck yet. I'm definitely not sold on any of this. We're gonna test it out and do some tinkering. So let's hop into it. Alright, so hopping into our first match. Hopefully it goes well. I haven't played this deck yet, but hand's a little clunky. I'm probably going to keep still, but hopefully not something like too aggressive. Not really sure what we're looking for yet. Just get the Triumph down. Save our skies a bit. Interesting. Kind of nice. They get that out of the way. Can Apparition the Bone Crusher on the next turn. Looks like Blue-Red Giants. Archetype that I don't know how good it's actually going to be. It's definitely got some tools. Like the Sagas for Giants are okay. It's honestly just lack of good Giants. Like Bone Crusher's so good, but the rest of them are all just a little weak, I think, to make the deck a real competitor in Standard. I had a list I was thinking about trying out. It's like a little more aggressively skewed. I like the interaction between Glimpse of the Cosmos. I think that's the Anticipate with Flashback and Sprite Dragon. Just because you can get like 2 triggers off it. There's a lot of good like card draw spells. So I think like maybe an aggressive list with that card could be good, but don't see a reason not to attack. Home of the Dead was like a late edition. Wasn't in my initial draft version. I was main decking some Duresses, but just because I wanted like more cheap spells for the Showdown. This is actually one, like I said, I thought of it right before I started recording. I hope it's good. Obviously it just like works well with Yorion. We play a lot of creatures. Shark Typhoon. I was trying to think what they could have. Alright, we get a little punish, but it's not the worst. Alright, they'll have a 3/3. We're going to make a 4/4 here. I hope the mana base is good too. And kind of a little bit of guesswork. Obviously put some effort into it, but no, if you guys do copy the deck, no guarantees on my part that it's optimal. I think it's a good place to start though. There's nothing too, I think, heinously offensive about it. This card, first time playing with it, seems insanely good, especially in a Yorion deck where just it's really powerful. 4 mana 4/4 flyer is like fine rate. You get to kill a creature, it gives it double strike. It pairs so well in multiples. It's great with the Maria's Call. Big fan of this card. Think it's going to be a massive player pretty much entirely while Yorion's legal, and then I think even after that too. Like here is going to be so good. I'm just going to attack for 4. Seems like I'm just going to be able to kill this. The next turn I'll have double strike, hopefully 2 of these. It would actually just be lethal. If they literally have no way to like interact with their angels, and if they have no way to interact with us, like we're going to literally lethal them in 2 turns. You're saying they have vigilance too, and like so you get to attack and kill something. Alright, I'm going for it. That seems sweet. Didn't see that one coming, haha. Now that I'm a content producer, I gotta make lame jokes like that, right? Do I want to land? It would let us Kaya and get back this Skyclave Apparition. Land's not terrible for the showdowns. I think I might actually keep it. Because, like, we have gas, so I may as well just make sure we can do stuff. This, whenever it becomes target of a spell. Alright, so this is a little annoying. It seems like they probably have a counter here. But... so they're going to play the Kaya. If they don't have a counter, it's pretty great. Nice that it doesn't trigger off the Kaya too, because it's when it's the target of a spell, not ability. Alright, they have a negate. Still don't hate our position. Weird situation where they're not want to trade, where their creature's so much more valuable than ours, but they're at 8. My hand's so good to play long, maybe I should just block. Like, we are winning the race. I only have 2 cards left. I'm trying to think, like, realistic ways they could have to compete with us going along here. There's, like, Graven Lore. There's no deck that might have that. Scry 5, draw 3 would be pretty good for them. What could they have, right? But so they don't have a removal spell for this. So we just hit them to 4 and then... like, what's their plan? Tough. This is why I fucking love Magic Online, is you can play fast the whole game and then you can tank on the turns it actually matters. It's like better for videos too, I think too, when I have a tough turn I can actually like dissect it, because it definitely does slow down the thought process a bit when you have to like you're trying to articulate it all. At least for me, I'm not really used to it yet. I'm sure there are people that, you know, do this all the time who are quite good at it. I'm gonna block. It could just like, cause even if they don't, I just feel pretty good going long. I feel like they don't have the removal spell here, but if they draw it next turn, that could be kind of bad. Just because I go to 10, then I could realistically be dead in like 2 attacks. Whereas if I just like have the time to do all this, I feel good. Alright, I'm a coward. It's also one of those. I tend to give my opponent. I like to generally take lines where I give my opponent like the benefit of the doubt on why they're doing something. Because obviously our opponent has the option there to just like sit back, so. The fact that they're like attacking means that signals to me that they like think that being aggressive is better for them. So that maybe, and almost makes me think I should be respecting that and be a little more cautious. It could be some sort of like burn spell that would maybe like set up them up to like win next turn, or like if I go to 10 there, and then maybe like they have a way, like if they have a way to deal like 2 extra damage, then let's just say if like I wasn't able to do something, they can crack back for like 8 and 10 and force me to like chump block them. But at that point I took 4 damage, and like without my angel, us being at 10 and them being at 4 would be worse than this situation. Because them being at 4 is entirely like once we lose the angel, it's not like the most relevant thing in the world because we're switching to the grind blind anyway. That was tough though. Nice for me. Alright, let's start doing this. Possible I should have waited on using this too, but I kind of just wanted to use my mana. Apparition's a fine target. What do we got? Alright, so I'm gonna play the plains. I think I'm just gonna play the Bone Crusher Giant. Would be nice to like save Stomp. We could like the Charming Plin sleeve up this, and then the argument I guess for that is like Bone Crusher Spike Field Hazard deal with this. But I kind of like just getting some pressure on them. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they have the Frostbolt. I think Frostbolt is a card they could definitely have based on how everything is played out here. We've only had 4/4s, so I do think I'm going to play around that here. Meaning that I'd rather play this and scry than get the Bone Crusher killed without getting like particularly good value off it. I'd rather play the Charming Prince into a Frostbolt, which is a card that I think they could have. Essence Scatter, alright, that's awesome. Shark Typhoon, okay. That's actually pretty annoying here. And they put us to 6. Typhoon makes me feel better about trading the Angel. I guess I should use this because I should just use my mana because I'm not going to use it for anything else next turn. This goes back to being a land on my turn. Upstairs. That's good to gain 3 life here, honestly. A little awkward, unlike all the things we can do here. We can only do 2 things regardless of what it is. Definitely can't realistically play both of these. We're just dead to too many things. I guess I'm just going to Charming Prince and Bone Crusher. Put the counter on the Charming Prince. Then I have 2 lethal blockers for this. We're at 9, so we're not. Takes 2 attacks off this. Then we still have a showdown to rebuild. Skyclave Apparition potentially hit another thing. So this seems like the best thing to me. Oh, we can even stomp too, yeah. I forgot this is an event. And not that I forgot it wasn't adventured, but alright. This works out fine then. Suck if we get negated. Alright, seems decent for us. Alright, we're gonna go to 5 here. Interesting what they have. Seemed like they had nothing on the last turn, and we're gonna be able to make 2 lethal attackers here. We already have 2 spells we can play. Skyclave Apparition can remove a blocker too if they just play like a creature here. Alright, they have to. That's not bad. Lead on the showdown. The guy can't do anything else, so. Alright, so I guess I just attack. They go to do something. If they activate this, we go to kill it with the Heartless Act. If they do nothing, we win anyway, so. Could have to like Typhoon into, for a small amount, into like removal spell. I think we got it, but yeah, not gonna do it. Can't block. Despite it seems like how hard they're trying to block, they in fact cannot. Alright, first game of the deck seems kind of sweet. Think there could be something here. Definitely not going to claim it's built optimally by any means, but definitely impressed by how powerful some of the new cards are. Alright. Blue-red Giants. Sideboard is probably where the deck can use the most work. I genuinely have no idea how to board. These don't seem super good. Trying to think of the creatures they played. I guess it's like good against Shark Typhoon, but they also played a lot of 3-drops. They probably play like the Aegis Flame, the 1 blue-red giant. They play Bone Crusher. We saw Brazen Borrower. Elspeth Conqueror's desk could be good. Maybe a little bit better than Kaya since they're putting pressure on us. And this will have plenty of targets anyway. Play 2 of these. One of these. I don't think I know what the rest is. I don't think I want claim. I'll try this, I guess. I'm really not like I don't think they're gonna have anything good targets for these. Maybe Duress is fine. They had a bunch of counters. I'll go with some Duresses. Maybe one a third. Well, it's a really awkward against Fortel. It's not coming, so I guess we'll only go 2, and that's the only counter we saw. And not Essence Scatter too. Probably just some negates. Let's try this. Don't have too many 5s against importing into 5 drops. Want to keep our showdowns good, and also don't have too many expensive cards against a deck with counter spells. And that's sort of aggressively slant it too. And Zakit, a little awkward, slow, but. Color requirements can kind of be tricky in this deck sometimes, so definitely want to save your pathways until you know what you're going to need. So sort of lead with other lands when you have the luxury of being able to do so. Always awkward when you're on the draw and you don't do anything. You're like, I can put my Yorion into my hand, but I'll have to discard anyway. Really awkward to not use your mana though. I don't think like I kind of need nothing in my hand is worth discarding at the moment, so I'm not just gonna run a Skyclave Apparition out there for no reason. Also works a little bit as a bluff. All right, this card's good. I've seen people play Glimmer and like Modern Pioneer and stuff before. This card's strictly better. Not strictly, but I'm saying those decks normally don't use energy. I'm gonna counter it, but really don't mind. Can maybe play around Disruption here, but that's the only counter I'd want to actually play around. Alright, that's fine with me. Got a lot of white cards. Go ahead and grab the Plains. Ooh, I thought I misclicked for a second. Yeah, I did. Alright. Alright, our mana's fine enough. It's hopefully not going to punish us. Definitely didn't mean to get mountain. Alright, they probably got like a negate. Negate or stroke would be annoying. I could play around the gate by playing the Yorion here. I might actually do that. I really feel like they don't slam that here without a negate. Yorion holds these off. I don't think they'll have a particularly good removal spell for it. I think it's just way safer. I think we get 2 punished by negate most of the time. I think this play is just safer. I think they're way more likely to have negate than a good answer to Yorion. Also, ramps us a little bit more, which is going to let us do more stuff, play around their counters a little bit better. This time, still got a plains over a swamp. Not much need for black. A lot of heavy white cards. I'm literally just having the worst day clicking. Literally said I was about to get... It's not going to matter, but it's just annoying. Alright, feeling fantastic about my play now. It's a nice answer to that. I have so many expensive cards. I might just try and hit a creature here, also see what's up with Valky. I assume they have negate, but maybe we can hit something. Valky, we can run out. I'll probably try and get the ECD countered, maybe the showdown. One of those, because I'd rather get like the Emeritus call through. Yeah, I'm fine with Valkying though. We have plenty of action. We don't need to save it for Tybalt. We done this, see what they have. Probably gonna run the showdown out. Unless for say if they don't have a counter. If they don't have the negate, I'll play the UCD. Put. Yep. Negate, Goldspan, alright. Do I make a Goldspan Dragon? No, because if I force them to negate, yeah. Definitely don't want them to be able to play their Glimpse. I don't actually, I should learn what the card's name. Behind the behold the multiverse. I'm just calling it Glimpse of whatever. I'm just gonna call it Glimpse. You guys know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna play the showdown. I think it's gonna draw the negate out anyway, and the ECD will be, I think, a little more useful. It's kind of bad if they let it resolve, though. I'm just gonna ECD. I really want them to negate. I don't know if the showdown quite forces them to do that. I want them to negate here so they can't Glimpse, and then they can do both. They have this. All right, I will do this. Yeah, they can do both anyway, so I'll do this instead. I forgot it adds 2. I was about to mess that up. Liking how the deck's playing out so far. Definitely open for suggestions. Just like I said, brewed this up like a week or two ago, probably about like 2 weeks ago. Posted the list on my Patreon, but haven't gotten around to playing it. So definitely open to suggestions of improvements, but it seems cool. Definitely feels like there's something here. Still pretty early though. Burning my clock a lot, but worst comes to worst. We get a long time. I'll cut the commentary down a little and I can play pretty quickly. Not a massive concern. As long as we have like, if we have like 5 minutes left going into game 3, should be fine. Gonna let them resolve the Glimpse here, then we'll pick off the Borrower. Ooh, they had that in Foretell? I didn't even know they had a Foretell card. I will do this now then. Ooh, that's way worse for us than I thought, because that means they still have the one in their hand. Top. That sucks. Alright, so they don't play another dragon here. Just gonna play this. Slam it, force them to have a counter. Can do it again on the next turn. Mystical Dispute, interesting. I guess we have a lot of expensive cards. Maybe a little pressed for sideboard options. It's definitely good for them there. What did they do with that one? One top, one bottom there. I play the Bone Crusher. They still have a dragon that we know about. They have two dragons we know about, right? Alright. Try this again. Dispute again. Alright. So not the end of the world here. Advance two dragons. They can't really play an attack into this Yorion next turn. Hopefully should be able to get the more foretold card. Alright, so that's not good for us. It's probably saw it coming. Maybe I'll do Solomon to Skyclave now. That doesn't really like accomplish anything though. I don't know what else it could be besides saw it coming. It could be Glimpse again, I guess. So maybe we just have to try this. Because, like, this play is better against Glimpse, but, like, we gotta, if it is a counter, we have to get them to use it anyway. So, I'll do this. It's not even like we can wait to draw duress or something. Alright, yeah. The game's looking a little rough. I might pick up the play a bit. Sorry if I'm a little more quiet, just to make sure we have time for game 3. Dead? No, we go to 1. Looks like we're going to lose. I'm still fairly satisfied with how the deck looked here and how we played. I think it was just not too much we could do. Yeah. Alright. Do I want to do anything different? So I kind of want more dresses because I'm going to board in more dresses, but Foretell definitely does make it more annoying. It's definitely a real issue. Maybe board out Akai again. They have a lot of removal and counter spells, so it's kind of hard to stick creatures. They have like some haste. I think it's just a little trying to keep the curve lower too. I think I like ECD better against this deck. Alright, we'll try this. The mystical disputes make a little more sense too. We have Yorion. Down to 6. Not bad for us. Not quite sure if I'm going to do the whole League 1 video. I might break it up into 2. Because I appreciate the feedback I got from people on about video length too. It sounds like 90 minutes is like the kind of the sweet spot for a lot of people. So probably look to keep most of my videos too around that. Don't really need any more lands. I'm trying to play a little faster. I maybe should have put Yorion into my play in there. Might be worth taking 3 next turn. Opponent is tanking. I'd love for them to just play a creature. We can get the Fijara's Retribution. Alright, they don't do anything though. We're going to play Solemn. Still going to play Solemn. Maybe we should have kept one of the lands off Solemn. Just that's one of those situations where if we keep a land and then draw a land, it's definitely pretty bad. Second red, third white, second black. Go second red. Just in case we want like Bone Crusher played in the same turn or the other Shatter Skull Smashing. We're going to Charming Points, blank, bring back Yorion. So, we would probably let them glimpse, though. How do I feel about that? Maybe I should just play Yorion. No, we'll do this. Alright, so they have the... I guess I should start saying the card name. They have the Behold the Multiverse. But we have some pressure going now. If they try to play anything, we have a bunch of haymakers in hand. One thing I didn't exactly account for, my computer appears to be a little bit slower with the clock ticking down and recording. Not something I'm used to. Okay. Hopefully they don't have Mystical Dispute like the Sample Stroke here. We're going to go for a Yorion. Hopefully it's just negate. That would just be, I feel like they would fire it off. Now they have it. Okay. Alright, not looking great for us. Not the worst, but definitely depends on what they have a little. Probably gonna go for the Yorion again. Just yeah, I don't want to get negated. I really hope they don't have dispute, but all right, it's annoying. I wonder if they don't have the negate. This sucks. Could also. It seems like they have a solid coming too. Maybe that's what they were thinking on in last turn. Deck's maybe a little too clunky at the top end. I tried to trim the curve a bit, but definitely noticing it a bit these games. I was F6. I was F6. Did I get it? Nah, we could have bone crushed theirs. I was F6 trying to be a little faster. Hate to see it. All their plays suck, so do the highest impact one. Yeah, that sucks. I think we're just going to lose here. Yeah, it's going to get solid coming. Alright. So I got a little sloppy at the end. Was trying to play faster. Took a bit too much time talking through things earlier. A little bit of a rough matchup post board when they have all the additional counters. We did draw. The deck can definitely be a bit clunky, seems like, but we did also, I think, draw a little bit particularly bad with our top end. Like we drew the clunkier cards. We do have cheaper cards, like we saw no Duresses, no like Heartless Axe. All right, hop into another match. If this takes too long, I'll cut the video, but if it's like less than a minute, you guys feel free to skip ahead. What could we have done differently? Alright, quick enough. Trying to think about that last game now. I wonder how big we did, because if we Bone Crusher there, we go to 6. They counter whatever we play. They can only put us to 2. I wonder if maybe we would have been able to get something through on the last turn to then swing it. Pretty crucial error on my part. Alright. Try this again. That's been happening to me a bunch. I played a couple standard leagues with Rogue's deck the other day when things first started. And weirdly enough, I kept queuing into people, and then like it happened like 10 times in one league. It felt, not to be too much of a conspiracy theorist, it felt like people were maybe trying to queue into each other. It's not something maybe with the leagues being particularly small right now. I don't know if people are trying to boost their trophies or something, or what the EV is on, like trying to 5-0 conceding to friends. It felt really weird though. Like I like maybe 10 times in 2 hours. Then the next league I played too, it also happened multiple times. Could just be people doing other stuff, not realizing the match is up. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here, and then I'll piece it together to when the match actually starts. So, alright, finally found the match. Win the die roll. I wonder, too, I was thinking about maybe there's like a creature we could board to sort of juke strategies like that, so we don't have to have our curve so such a top heavy curve. Maybe like Robber the Rich or something, but I'm not quite sure that's good enough. Keep this one. Let on the Shadow Skull smashing, just we were going to want to get it out of our hand, I think, because we would need to draw a second red anyway, and probably keep one of these. Doesn't matter which one. We'll keep this one. Yeah, we would need a second red to make it work anyway. Think of Marius Call. A little bit more value in the dark. We don't even know if they're playing creatures. Going on over Bone Crusher here. We're probably going to end up playing the Bone Crusher the following turn, but seems like they may be more aggressive than us anyway. Be happy to trade here if they offer it. And then if they remove you. Yeah, the reason I did it this way too is like they attack and we trade, then they play creature, we'll Kaya and exile it. Or if they use a removal spell here, then hopefully that would be their whole turn, and then we would Kaya, exile the Bone Crusher. Then have empty board Kaya, which is very good. Mire Triton. Now we'll just do this. Be happy to get this going. We can Yorion at the next turn. Kyle on a board of just Mire Triton, not particularly good. We plus doesn't really do anything. We don't want to minus it on this. I'll take two. It's not worth getting Bone Crusher. You're over. Okay. Really not that bad, all things considered. Attack for 4, kill our Mire Triton here, Yorion, Marius Call. Ooh, maybe we should kill the zombie. They have no creatures in. It's a little bit better to kill Death Toucher, but I'm willing to. They have no creatures in yard for this, so now if they hit a Croxa or something, they have to exile the Croxa, which would be way better for us if they hit some sort of graveyard creature, and also there's a chance they just brick. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill the zombie instead. Yeah, they had some Sagas to exile, but I still think it was correct. Just way higher upside. Like, the Death Touch is slightly annoying, but... this card's really good. I was impressed by Goldspan Dragon in the last game too. You have a lot of stuff to do with your mana. It seems quite good. Sack deals 3 to something. I think that's what this card does. Alright, gonna Bone Crusher it down. Ooh, we could Tibble. Is that good? Player discards a card. Scry some. Do we want a Tybalt? We can Tybalt or we can Kaya the Yorion. We'd also Valky Kaya, but that doesn't seem good. I think I like playing the guy here, just because if we draw a land, it's really good to just have both access to both of these then. I'm going to pitch the Kai to this. That's in play too. Can exile anything good they do here. Then we sort of 2 haymakers. Trying to think how we're gonna board. The extra Blood Chiefs probably be good. Deal with the Croxus stuff. Deal with that. Maybe the ECDs because they'll probably have the 4-drop. Not quite sure on that one though. Pretty bad against Croxa. We already have the Kaias. I was gonna board a second Cling to Dust over the Croxa, and I just honestly didn't feel like buying one after I already had the cards to this. I'm still lazy to go to the bot again. I think that's actually a change I would make though. And kind of wish we would have the second Cling, but Croaks is cooler. Kind of tilted we lost that. I'm really liking this deck. Definitely some kinks to be worked out. Again, maybe a little too conky, but we can. Seems fixable. Maybe don't need all the Solemns. I kind of just wanted more good creatures for Kaya and Yorion. And like ramping is obviously good when you have more expensive stuff, and when you're going to be looking to like showdown, play all your cards in like the mid to late game. Alright, so we have 12 here. They return a creature, gains +1/+1, haste. Does 2 damage, trades only if on the battlefield. Alright. So I'll take 2 off that if they have it with the Bone Crusher. I guess I'll just exile this. Valky Plus. Maybe I should lead on Valky Plus. I feel like I don't even hate just Solemn here. Because then we could always do this. This gives a flying 2. We're putting it to 1. I might just Solemn Plus on Solemn. I think I kind of like that, because then if they play something fine, we still have this to exile it. We're not going to die to anything. Like, what does this do? So we'll go to 12 off this. They'll bring it back with haste and a counter. We'll have a blocker, and even if they somehow deal with the blocker, I guess, what if they have they could have the 4-mana Saga, they take it, how much damage would they have then? They'd have 6, 10, 14. So maybe we shouldn't do that. What's the best play around that then? Alright, we can just kill the Bone Crusher. Maybe we just kill the Bone Crusher and Valky. Oh, we're definitely attacking. We could Valky the Bone Crusher and then Kaya this. I feel like that would give them no outs then. Alright, we'll do that. I forget, yeah, this has Vigilance too. So I don't even think we would have been dead the other way. Oh, I think this also lets me stomp. Ooh, yeah, this is the best play. Because this, yeah, right. This is definitely the best play. We basically can't die anyway. They have to somehow deal with these, and then they can't even deal with the stomp. They'll have to gain life somehow, too. Alright, pretty convincing win there. Definitely clean. I like the Thirst. Don't think I'll... Honestly, maybe don't want the rest of any of these. The sideboard feels like it could definitely be improved. I was a little worried about Rogue, seemed like a bad matchup, so I'm a little heavy on that. Rogue seemed like a bad matchup for the same reason we lost to the last deck. But our cards, these cards weren't actually good against that deck, so I think that's why we lost to it. Valky doesn't seem the best here. Keep two, I guess. I don't even hate two Duresses maybe over the Valkyries. I feel like they have a lot of Sagas. I'll try it. Ooh, Valky, they have Kroxa though. Maybe not a ton of removal. Valky's so good against Kroxa. Maybe I'll just cut the Omens. The card might not even be good. I just thought it was like a cute idea to try. I think that it worked well with like you can Valky then buy back Tybalt's later. Obviously get the blink with the Yorion. And cheap spell for Showdown. It felt like it had enough going for it where it's worth trying out, but I'm not sold on it yet. Alright, we'll keep. Need to draw another land, but ideally two. Mulligan? Yeah. Gonna pitch the Solemn. Yeah. I wish there was like a good 3-drop we could play instead of Solemn that like did something similar. Because I kind of liked having these at 4, and wouldn't mind another 3-drop. But I really want it to be like a value creature like this. I wonder if there's a good replacement for Solemn. It'd be cool if Solemn just cost 3. What is this? Beginning of combat in your turn. Did it get Hexproof? No, alright. Then we're just gonna deal with it. Can't Heartless act it, but we will Skyclave Apparition. It's an interesting card. I guess, yeah, they have this for their they're like a red-black giants, I guess. A little bit of a stretch, I think, just to make Quakebringer work. I'm not sure what else, if there's any other. I guess they mill a lot of cards, and like the 2 damage isn't terrible. I feel like Bone Crusher and Croaks are enough, though. They're not really doing anything. Just gonna try and punish them for Stumble, and we're gonna run the Bone Crusher out. We have removal already. I don't hate the idea of the opponent's deck. I think they're a little unnecessarily all in on the giant theme, though. They could definitely probably cool it back a bit and just play some better. Kind of what I was saying when we played against the last Giants deck. Or I guess they weren't a Giants deck. I just thought they were a blue-red flash deck. I think that was actually just LSV's list. Now I was thinking about it. I remember calling it Giants, but like I was saying, in that the reason why they honestly weren't Giants is because the Giants aren't good, and then. As a Giants fan, and football too, can also tell you Giants aren't good. And Magic also not good. And I think they could still play the Quake Bear with just like Croaks and Bone Crusher and not put the bad ones in their deck. Here I think I'm just going to play the Fajar. Just like I said, keep pushing our advantage. If they want to take this or one of our showdowns, I don't particularly care. Test this up next turn to shove them with both. We can Angel down the 3/3 thing. They're 3/3. Take a showdown. Kind of what I expected. We already have a way to deal with this. I'm definitely liking the deck. I feel like there's something here. Maybe a bit clunky, but I think there's a way to work it out. Definitely interested in gonna keep working on this. Something I can confidently, I think, recommend too. If anybody tests it out, I highly recommend you just mess around with stuff, make some changes, and let me know how it goes if you do. You can tweet at me at the Better Jessup. I'll put the link in the description. Good showdown here, gamble on hitting the swamp. I think I'm going to. So we don't get in the 4 damage now. It's not the biggest deal in the world, because even if they don't have a way to kill the angel, we still will lethal them still. And it's so bad to if we just thirst and get, but not so bad if we thirst and get back Yorion, but this is probably going to be way better most of the time. Alright, we miss on a black source, but what are you going to do? Oh, I guess, yeah, we can't even... I keep thinking this is like a fight, but it's destroy with less power. So actually that wouldn't have worked anyway. I was thinking fight here, thirst token. That wouldn't have worked anyway. Yeah, well, if they don't have an answer to this, they're dead. So. They're actually just dead too, because we'll Blood Chief Stir, Stomp, put them to 6, put both counters on this, so they have to deal with both of these. I don't think there's any way to do that for a red and a black. 2 red. This card seems so good too. Not even at its best in our deck, and still seems great. There's the Bone Crusher Giant. Interesting. I don't think that. Yeah. All right. Let's play another one. Hopefully, find someone quick. If it starts taking. All right. Exactly what we're hoping for. Because I've discovered I do not like to edit videos. It's not good, but it's not terrible. Banking pretty hard on the Charming Prince Scry. I'll keep. It's close though. I'm mostly just like, we have 2 of these. This card's so good. If I want to play just like this into this, like if we can go turn 4 this, turn 5 this, it just takes it. It's hard to deal with. I really like how this deck plays, like, how this deck's been playing out compared to, like, the typical Yorion decks, too. Like, we've seen it be a little clunky, but for the most part, we get to do a lot of stuff. A lot of decks aren't always... A lot of the Yorion decks just feel so, like... You just, like, drudge through the games. Alright, I'm getting punished. Yeah, this was maybe a mulligan. I know what our opponent's doing. Alright. Really awkward draw. We really don't have too many just red sources. Like I said, mana base can maybe definitely be improved too, because now no matter what we draw, we can't. Retribution next turn. Probably just go for a showdown here. I feel like it'll get countered, but I don't even know how much I care. And like, even if it resolves, it won't be the best, but hopefully get us a land drop and like a spell. Be more than fine. Hotel cards are good. They're definitely good. I expected them to be good. They're even a little bit better than I think they were going to be too. Because I definitely expected them to be good too. Stroke Cry, that means this is Behold the Multiverse, not Glimpse. I really feel like we might have to go with like a creature in the board. Because the Duresses are... Because these decks are definitely annoying. Like, they're rough matchups for us, I think. And like, we can't really lean on the Duresses. These make it really tricky. I think I'm gonna try like Robber. The Robber the Rich is the first one that comes to mind. It's probably not the best though. Hopefully there's something better. Maybe we're supposed to just make the deck a little more aggressive too, just in general. Cut back on some of the removal, go a little more proactive. Cut the Solemns, get like a good 3-drop in there. Maybe go a little lighter on removal. You can cut like one of the Thirsts. Try and get like a couple more. I don't know if there's any good 2-drop. Gonna have to be doing some digging on Scryfall. It seems like the same deck. I think I might actually keep this. I really don't like Goldspan Dragon. It's insane to keep this. Yeah, I think it would be bad. I just feel like they're going to slam a dragon here, and I'm kind of wish I had it at some point. Alright. They seem a little more controlling, though. It's like they might not even have it. Like they played this card, they played a stroke. I don't think LSV's Flashless played those cards. They seem like they're a little more spell-based. Maybe they don't have the dragon. Annoying thing about Robber the Rich too is also bad against Foretell because it lets them get the cards out of their hand. So I actually definitely don't think that's the one we want. There's no like Rabble Master. Even that would be really bad against. Nah, they do have it. Get this down. I don't think they'll get an answer to it. It's like they have a negate here, but also sets us up for the Yorion, hopefully. Be annoying to lose this deck. Mostly just like if we go 1-2 and fair the video against. I feel like we lost the same deck twice, and definitely think the matchup's fixable. Alright, hopefully, if the last card is not a counterspell, I like our odds. Second dragon. That's actually wouldn't be bad at all. They go second dragon here, that's fine. Like, they put us to 5, but then we get Yorion and another angel. But I guess, they can still put us to 1 at that point. And we're like, if they have another Bone Crusher, we're dead. So they go to 5, they have 2 dragons. We can fire up this. Don't have it. Alright, they don't have it. Definitely good for us. By no means clear, but could be worse. Also, them not having counterspell is nice because now if we hit a land, we get the Marius Call, which that would probably push us over the finish line. Been really impressed by this card. I think I was definitely a little underrating it at first. It's not just like it's definitely not like Thundermaw Hellkite type of card. Like you got to build your deck with it a bit in mind. Alright, they're gonna put us to 1. What do we block? I guess we block the dragons. Well, they have so much mana anyway. Maybe I'd block the Bone Crusher. So I have a removal spell for this. I go on a 1. I don't want to have to. They get 1 treasure if we target it. I just like they have so much mana anyway. I'm not. But I guess it is relevant. They gotta fire up this. If they like, have some card draw spells. I'll block like this. Wanted to land there, but settle for this. Ooh, don't hate to see that. Just gonna gain 3. We could go for some like blinking shenanigans, but I guess I could blink. Nah, because it wouldn't come back till their turn, right? If we blink. Yeah, not gonna get cute. Just gonna. Alright, not looking terrible for us now. The brick here again too, we resolve this attack. Should turn the corner pretty quickly. Just go for it. Oh, we don't triple white. Oh, no. It's not worth going to 1 over. Now we'll go to white. Guess we'll just do this. We could hold this like against like Brazen Borrow or something, but still not willing to be dead to that. They'd have to go like Borrow into Dragon or Bone Crusher. Alright, opponent's just floating out, seems like, so. Okay. I've done that like a million times on Magic Online. If you press the land side, it like automatically does it. You kind of get screwed. There's no like undo for it. How safe do we want to be? Be a coward, just in case. Like they could have, like a card draw. Like they have a lot of mana to work with. The card draw into dragon into like something. One top, one bottom. Here we can probably safely shove, because they'll have to block, they have to have an answer already. I guess I should have done this first. One, to give these indestructible, and two, just to be positive if it was going to resolve. Not really open and just chuck this. I guess I'll make an extra cowardly attack now. Act like this. Yeah, I should have just played the call first. Now we're sort of in an awkward situation where I'm not thrilled with the attack we have to make. Like, we can't. So I do this. They have a removal spell for one. They block. They have a counter. Then we get, like, dragoned. So I think I'm just gonna be a coward. But yeah, if I just call first, so we're free to get way more aggressive. Probably just kill them. But I don't think we died too much this way, so. Shark Typhoon? Yeah, that's not bad. We'll just kill it and then. Alright, we're gonna win, but I should have done this first. Alright, we have 8 mana, right? Yeah. Let's just kill it. We go to 4. I guess getting like double Bone Crusher would be annoying. I don't know if we could have played around that though, because it could have just always like Typhoon for less and activated this too. I think, yeah, that's exactly enough. Well, even if they wanted to do it for 5 still. It's a counterspell. Alright. We're dead to some stuff. Brazen Borrower. Goldspan Dragon. Alright, it seems like they're just giving it one last crack, but I don't like how I played that at the end there. They could have played like this first to play around Shark Typhoon, but if they had Typhoon, they would have done it before. Just if they had like anything that does anything there, they would have done it before. Just firing up Haven. Should have boarded these in against the other deck too. Maybe because Skyclave Shade might just be enough. I thought the other deck was a little more aggressive than it was. I've been talking about a card you could play. Maybe just the Shade's enough. Also, for some reason, was like pretty fixated on the other deck being like Blue-Red Giants. I should have realized way earlier. I could have boarded a bit better. Alright, try this. Not bad. Yeah, what Charming Prince here? Alright, super happy with that. Good like the rest here, but honestly pretty happy to just run the Bone Crusher out. Trying to get some pressure going. Use our mana. We can set this up with something better later. Possibly should have boarded out some of these too. I was considering it, but they do have like the Borrowers and the Bone Crushers. That's an interesting one. Bounce, Bone Crusher. Now with the rest. I guess we'll play the land. The last person brought in dispute against us. Maybe this person has dispute too. Could like try and hold this for the borrower, but again, just like pressuring them here. Sort of keeping the foot on the gas. I think that's how you want to play this matchup. And the mistake I made in the last one. Really just try and keep the curve low and pressure them. Definitely gave the Dex pressure way too much respect in the first matchup. Haven't really played the matchup before, but I think I have a better grasp on it now. That was my first time playing against the deck. Play a showdown here. Just using our mana. Expected to get countered, but just like I said, really just trying to keep the foot on the gas. Like we have pressure in play and we have enough good cards where we can just keep getting in for damage and just keep forcing them to react to what we're doing every turn. That's why I really would like valued getting the Bone Crusher down. And then wasn't going to save it for like the Borrower. Leaning towards Skyclave Apparition, a little awkward against the Bone Crusher Giant, which is something they could have here. Maybe I just go for this. Because it's kind of bad if they Bone Crusher. We give them a 3/3 that can trade with this Bone Crusher then. Yeah. This is better. And every time they don't have a counter, it's great. You definitely always have to weigh that into your decisions. Best possible upside, yeah. Like this is fantastic now. Gonna get that down. We're a little away from it. Not gonna hold it. We have stuff to do with our mana still. We have Yorion. We have these. Okay. Oh, we could use this to like nab Bone Crusher. I think I'll do that. Start by attacking, see what they do. So we put them to 6. We can like make them use the Bone Crusher. Get this into play, take one of these. We have 6 power in play. If they play Bone Crusher, we have a removal spell for it for lethal. Voracious Gear Shark. Alright, now we have a little bit of a choice. We could just Heartless Act that, put us to 5, then try an Apparition the next turn. We could Apparition so that we have lethal in play. It's much worse against a removal spell. But it also sets us up to win a little bit better. It's a little bit better against a counter because in the other scenario we die to a counter. Like we kill this, we go to 5, we put them to 2, and then they counter the Apparition, assuming we don't draw anything. I'm gonna hope they don't have a removal spell. Doesn't seem like it. Like they don't have a Frostbolt, they would have killed this. Doesn't seem like they maybe have Bone Crusher at this point, but don't know that for sure. I feel like they maybe would have played it. But again, I was respecting it before, so I do think it's something they could have. This definitely makes it a little more awkward on them, though. Alright, gonna take it. Hopefully they just plans like Shark Typhoon here, and we have the answer for it. Another Gear Shark or something. Is there any reason to showdown first? Yes, I'll show it out and see what they do. Jwari Disruption's the only thing. If they have like Shark Typhoon for 1 into like Jwari Disruption, it's like the only bad thing. I think this maybe gives us a few more options. Maybe they respond and then we get to consider doing something different. And it doesn't look like it's going to affect it. Hopefully they just Shark Typhoon or some sort of Shark plan. And hopefully they even flash another one of these in or Shark Typhoon, and we will then win. Alright. Not going to be good enough. Alright, so I really like the way we played that last turn. Ended up winning us the game. Whereas we would have got massively blown out the other way if we go Thorless Act and get discountered, then we're dead. Alright, that's a good note to end on. Alright, so 2-1. I actually really like the deck a lot. It feels really good. I honestly just was like very... First time playing against the blue-red deck, definitely misevaluated our role in the matchup and what they were sort of looking to do. Gonna try and adjust the sideboard a little, and I like the plan I had in the second matchup way better. We definitely want to be the proactive deck there, put the pressure on them. So their names are kind of similar. But anyway, this video has been long enough. Gonna, like I said, try to keep most videos around an hour and a half. I think this one went a little over 2, so we're gonna keep it at 3 matches, not run out the whole league. But definitely expect more of this deck. Highly encourage everyone to try it. I think it's good. I think there's definitely something here. Like I said, if you do try it out, tweet at me. Let me know any changes you might think. You can. I'll link in my Twitter in the description. It's @TheBetterDressUp. Check out my Patreon. I'll probably I have an article going up on my red-black deck. I have an idea of what I want to do. I want to get my friends to play the matchup, popular matchups, sort of break down the matchups. I'm going to do like an article style where I just like break down each matchup. I'm going to do a video of the matchup, write a little about like your plan in the matchup, and then how you sorry about that, drop my mic, and then how you sideboard in the matchup. So that I got to track down. That'll probably be up in like a week. I just got to track down friends and coordinate stuff with them, and in order to get that done. So check that out. Keep an eye out for that. I'll link my Patreon in the description, and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone.